What is up, people? Ah, alright. Let's see if YouTube decides to let this go down. It's good to be back. Anybody who is here, has been here, is around, I appreciate you. But I'm back. YouTube has not been kind to me, but we're gonna get it popping. Now, let me tweet this out, and we'll see what it is. I'll let all 5 of y'all trickle in, cause ain't gonna be nobody. What up? What up? What up? What up? Everybody in the chat. Now, so we're gonna jump right into this. We're gonna get into it, right? The future of gaming, according to every platform at this point in time, is streaming. You can hate it, you can love it. Nothing's gonna change. Now, is streaming going to work? I don't know. We don't have the data to back up whether or not it'll work. But right now, it seems like everybody is jumping in. Everybody's jumping on board the streaming mainstream because that's what it looks like the reality is. Now, the way I see this whole thing is Sony and Microsoft have decided that Google is the big bad. Amazon is the big bad. Like I've said for years, Microsoft isn't competing with Sony. Do they want to win in the console market? No, they don't give a damn. They are competing with Apple. They're competing with the Googles of the world because those are the ones in their tax bracket. And since Satya Nadella took over, that has played well for them. The streaming services, the live services, that's who he is. That's who Satya Nadella is. He's the live service guy. And he's pushed that, and they went from 35, $40 a share to over $100 a share, and they're now a $1 trillion company. So that's a win for them. Now, Sony saw that, and when Jack Tretton and all those people were stepping down, they decided, hey, Microsoft's over there making all that money. What up, Righteous? What up? So they was like, Sony, Microsoft over there making all that money. And why they making all that money? Because they put the guy that is about streams, is about returning revenue. They put that guy in charge, and that guy has pushed their stock values up to where it is now. Do we have that guy in our company? Yeah. What's good, Warden? So they put that man in charge, right? And they was like, yeah, you got this. Go do your thing, right? Go take all that. So they was like, yeah, go take all that. Go take all them services that we got and all your knowledge and how to make sustainable money and put that towards what we do. So for months, years, whatever you want to call it, me, Post Up, Neth, a few others in the Broadband Bullies, we've been telling y'all, Sony is going to do what Microsoft is doing. They're going to, put some money, put some focus into the cloud, and they're going to make sure that they have sustainable money. Because that's where the money is. Now, like I said, I don't know that streaming is going to take off. It may flop like 3D TVs. It may flop like, or semi-flop like VR. Like, I don't know that it's going to take off. We'll see. But right now, we're in a day and age where everybody is trying to make the money they need to off of sustainable income. They're trying to reach those 2 billion gamers. Those 2 billion gamers aren't on console. It's the reason that the Sony CEO said that console gaming is not a major market. It's more of a niche market, if you will, quote unquote. And the reason he said that is because mobile gaming, the on-the-go gaming, that's where it's at. That's why the Switch is doing so well. Because it gives you accessibility to the thing you want to do wherever you want to do it at the time you want to do it. Now, I have never in my life seen a single person playing Switch outside of their house. Not once. That's just anecdotal. I've never seen that. But it's happening, apparently. It's the same reason that I think the Minecraft Earth thing will take off. Because it gives people access to the popular thing wherever they want. Same reason Fortnite Mobile is doing well, because PUBG Mobile is doing well because it gives people access to the thing they want wherever they want to be. So Sony was like, yo, Microsoft, we see what you over there trying to do with your new console, right? Google is coming for both of our heads. What's good, bro? So they was like, yo, Google coming for our head. We got to come back. Like, we got to team up like Voltron and, come for them. They want to come for our head. They want to talk about how they going to put console gaming out of business. They want to talk about how console gaming is dead. And we got this, right? They want to talk about how the new regime is gonna still be weaker than what we doing with Stadia. So Righteous said, do you think they'll be able to reach those mobile gamers? Also, do you think streaming will burst? I don't know. I think streaming has a place, right? Streaming has a place because the day and age we're in, people want right now. People want the today. People want to do everything they can right this second, wherever they want at any point in time, right? So streaming will give those people that capability. And like I said, it's not gonna be for us. We're not trying to play the God of Wars and Halo trash ass, and we're not trying to play those games on the mobile. We're not really. We're trying to play those on our TV. But the people who trying to play Madden and FIFA and COD and those, the ones that can do that cross regression, no problem across the network, they're gonna do that shit all day. No matter how laggy it is, because they already complaining now that the 2K servers are trash. They don't care that it's gonna be even worse. Like, we saw the xCloud demo, and that shit looked horrible. It was horrible. So, to think that PS Now, which was already bad, was like, yo, they saw the xCloud demo, was like, we want to be with y'all. We want y'all to use your servers and your design structure and the shit you putting together to take care of PS Now. We want us to collaborate together and push forward these services. Is the Sony Microsoft deal more than gaming? Absolutely. They're trying to be on the forefront of AI. They're trying to be on the forefront of cloud gaming. They're trying to collaborate for everything. And it's not just like they signed on and they gonna use some servers. They signed on for a collaboration. So they're gonna take a few people from Sony. They're gonna take a few people from Microsoft. They're gonna put a little team together. That's their cloud team. Like Microsoft, all the time sends engineers, software engineers, to the companies that they are they are designated for with Azure. So that's gonna happen with Sony too. And they're talking about how they want to push these services, how they want to push these games. And their new CEO, the new Sony CEO, he's that guy. Like, he's gonna transform the things that Sony does, whether they like it or not. Now, people are gonna be mad. People are gonna like it. They're gonna love it. They're gonna hate it. But the reality is, you can't change it. That shit's inevitable, like Thanos. Like, he's the person that is gonna change this company to make sure they don't get left behind. And what you as a gamer should worry about is, as long as he's giving you games, you shouldn't care about the extracurricular activities. But the problem is, everybody's so in the weeds, they don't know the difference. Like, they're going to push the narratives that, these console makers are all about the consumers and they're console only. None of these motherfuckers give a damn about you. None of them. Sony don't care. Microsoft don't care. Steam don't care. Epic don't care. None of them don't give a damn about you. They care about your wallet. Ain't none of them sending us birthday cards. They're not coming to your wedding. They don't care, bruh. That's it. I think that streaming is, like Netflix began, like, people don't understand that Netflix didn't start off as a streaming service. They see Netflix now because that's what it is. It's streaming service, so it birthed Hulu and Amazon Prime and all that, right? But the way Netflix transformed everything was it changed how you view things. It was the beginning of the on-demand era. Everybody was going to Blockbuster, but everybody was also paying ridiculous fees for not returning tapes to Blockbuster or not rewinding. And then Netflix came out, was like, "Yo, we'll send these discs to your house. It take a day, 2 tops. It don't matter. You return it, we're gonna send it to you right away." So it began that on demand where I can get it now. I can get it when I want it. I ain't even gotta leave my house. That's crazy. At one point, Blockbuster could have bought Netflix. And the reason this is relevant is because people keep trying to say these two things don't correlate. Streaming movies and all that is not the same as streaming games because it's not interactive. That's a dumbass way to look at things, because streaming is streaming. It's a way to get the content you want right on time. Movies and all that shit has buffering. Games is gonna have the same type of issues, and people are still gonna play them. People will sit through the 55,000 ads on one Flappy Bird game because that's what they want to play. So it's the having the content you want whenever you want. That's it. Is the on stream, like the on screen controls, is that gonna be a thing? I don't know. Sony already showed you that they're gonna do that. Xbox already showed you they're going for that because they want to reach those people. They want you to be able to press the button. Google Stadia, same thing. They want you to be able to press the button and shoot your ball. Press the button and throw that pass. They want you to be able to do that, and they want you to be able to do it seamlessly. Now, what I'm more excited about next gen is that you're going to get these cross progression and different mediums are going to have to do this cross progression, because the only way streaming works, the only way, is if I say, hey, you buy a PS5 and you buy a game on PS5, you get that game on the streaming service, right? That's what it'll allow it to take off. Because you're like, yo, I'm going to buy this PS5. I'm going to buy this NBA 2K. You know, and you tell your boy, yo, you got NBA 2K. I'm going to get it on PS5. You gotta get you a PS5, right? So they're going to take that and they be like, yo, you buy it once, you own it. That's how you sustain. xCloud has to do the same thing. If you buy it on my system or in my ecosystem, whether that's PC or the Xbox itself or whatever, you get it across everything we do. That is what's going to allow people to be like, you know what? I'm going to fucks with it. You damn right we in church. I'm preaching. You know how I get down. But, like, that's what's going to allow people to be like, yo, I can do that. I can do that. If I can play my NBA 2K no matter where I am, and then I'm going to take it to my boy house, and I'll be able to pull up my profile, and it's just saved across this cloud service, and I can sign in on this cloud service across whatever, that's what's going to allow it to be everywhere, to do all the things that people want. Because the reason Netflix is so big is because it's on everything. So you have to put it on everything. You got to put it on phones. You got to put it on TVs. You know, smart TVs have to have this app. Phones have to have this app. Tablets have to have this app. Because it has to be accessible to the masses. It got to be accessible to every little kid who don't give a damn what they play on. My kids have a high-end PC. They got an Xbox One X. They got a PS4 Pro. They got a Switch. They're spoiled as hell because I got it, so I'm buy it. But they have all that, and they don't give a damn where they play their games. If it's a PS4 game, they're just going to ask for it on PS4. So on PC, they're going to ask for it on PC. They will switch seamlessly between picking up a controller and clicking on a keyboard like it's nothing. And that's the generation that they're trying to grab. They want the on-demand. My son will pick up, like when my kids saw that Minecraft Earth, oh my God, bro. They went to a new planet. The same with the Pokemon Let's Go. Crazy. They pick up their phones and they transfer their Pokemon to the Switch and play it on their TV. That is the mindset. Nintendo already showed you that it could work because you so seamlessly connected the two things together. And that's what Xbox and PlayStation need to do. And that's why I think they joined together. That's why I think they set this up so they like, yo, we got to fight against the people who are encroaching on our space. That's why I think Nintendo gonna get in that same bed, that same Azure cloud streaming collaboration bed. They're gonna get in that same thing because they see that Stadia and whatever Amazon come up with and all these other places, they see that those things are going to bubble up. And if they don't at least try to step into this realm and it does blow up, then they're done. It's like iPhones. iPhones came out and there was all these iPhone-like devices that came out. And as of right now, you got iPhone or Android. You know, there's like little sprinklings of other types of phones, but you have those two phones because iPhone came out and it cornered that market. Then when you start putting out things that are like it, people are going to go with the original. So you got to be the original. And the guy in charge of Sony is like, I'm going to be that dude. He's going to make the decisions that he think is best for his company to succeed as a whole. That's the reason everybody's like, yo, you know, the people at PlayStation or the people at Xbox didn't know. Sure, the day-to-day developer, they don't know this shit. The executives knew. The executives knew these talks are happening. And these talks are going to go on all the time. These companies don't give a damn about us. They don't see us. They don't see us fighting in these streets. They laughing having shrimp dinners with each other. They having a lobster on us. That's how the shit works. PlayStation had their little event, right? And they put up slides that said that their future of streaming is being able to play PlayStation game content with or without a console. Everybody and their mama trying to deny that that's on the screen, but it's the reality. It's what it says. When we told y'all they were gonna do this, y'all denied it, and now we're at this point where it doesn't even matter. Unless you are somehow gonna become the CEO of fucking Sony, that shit ain't changing. That's what the man wants. That's what he gonna get, and everybody gonna fall in line. The fact of the matter is, Sony relies on PlayStation. PlayStation is their breadwinner. It's what saved them. Kaz Hirai did a fantastic fucking job of making Sony synonymous with PlayStation. They got their music, they got their videos, and now they announced the service where they're now going to make movies, which all this is hilarious to me coming up to a new console launch. And they're talking about TV, making TV shows and movies from game content, and dedicated online devices, because that's what streaming is. You got to be online. So it sounds like DRM to me, and it's crazy how mirrored this shit is to Xbox. But now everybody's like, oh no, they're not doing it. Y'all denying the words of the CEO. Like, y'all not gonna change that, bruh. Your options are to get on board and get the hell out the way. You gonna either ride with them and hopes that they still do the thing that you like, or you're not. And they don't care, because your one purchase is not gonna equate to the same thing as all the people they're going after. Your one purchase of a PlayStation 5 is not gonna change if 15 people sign up for whatever PlayStation Now turns into. They're gonna put new games on it. Is that gonna happen overnight? Hell no. But I figure within the first year, PlayStation Now is gonna mirror Game Pass or xCloud very similarly. They're gonna start putting games on day and date, and the reason they're gonna do that is because they're gonna try to sell you the service. In order to sell you the service, it has to have content. Old content doesn't sell you the service. Game Pass itself is popular because they do two things right, and I'll give Microsoft this little credit because they ain't making no goddamn games, but they do two things right. They give you the lowest entry price you can, giving that shit away for $1 for 3 months, and then like everything else, you get $1 service, and then a year later you didn't cancel, and you've been using it or not using it this whole time. And then they do content. Games of Gold have been trash. Absolute trash. Gutter of the gutter for months. But Game Pass been doing alright. And that's because they see that as the focal point. If they sell you the Game Pass now on the it has games, and when they transition Game Pass to xCloud, you're already there. You already have the faith and belief that they're going to have the content you want. And in order to do that on the PlayStation side, they have to do the same thing. Again, whether you like it, love it, any of that, it's not up to us. It's up to the people in charge over there. And the people in charge over there want a sustained income. Your one-time $400 purchase or $500 purchase, like the PS5 is rumored to be, and you're occasionally buying a game, to them, that's not sustained income. And any business likes sustained income. It's the same reason that if I win a lotto ticket, right? I win the lotto, $200 million. I can go to a law firm and say, hey, I'll sell y'all this lotto ticket. And they're like, cool. But instead of claiming it as a one-time prize, we'll take it out over the next 20 years. Because it's sustained income. It's always money coming in. Every company is built around getting that sustained income, getting money that's always coming in. They don't know that you're going to buy a PS5 and then not resell it. They don't know that you're going to buy a PS5 and then buy games for it. They don't know any of that. They do know if you're on PS Now that you're going to keep paying for PS Now to keep playing games. So that's why they're going to do that. They're going to have to sell you this dream. And the way they sell you this dream is by putting content you want. How quickly and close that comes to put it on day and date, we'll see. But just like all this stuff y'all didn't think was going to happen, the PlayStation doing exactly what Xbox is doing, the them focusing on streaming next gen, them making multiplayer games, like all the things that you say PlayStation doesn't need to do. To PlayStation, they need to do them, and that's what matters. You screaming it at the top of your lungs doesn't change a goddamn thing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're gonna go to these streaming services. Now they're gonna hedge their bets. They'll throw in there with Microsoft. They'll throw in there with, probably Nintendo soon, and be like, yeah, we're gonna team up and we're gonna keep our industry alive. These companies, every single one of them, the second that they can stop making hardware, they will stop making hardware because it's an overhead cost. R&D, testing, manufacturing, shipping, especially now, the biggest regions in the world are the United States. Like, one of the biggest regions for gaming in the world is the United States. So, with all the new tariffs and all of these consoles being made in China, you see the trade war that's going on. Imagine the shipping costs for 100 million PS5s, the 40 million Xboxes. The shipping costs on those alone are astronomical. They want to make as much money as possible without having to do the work. That's what every company strives for. That's why that's why Nintendo doesn't sell at a loss. Because they know in order to make sustainable income, in order to keep being around, in order to pay for the things, pay for the employees, pay for the games you want, they have to do that. They have to cut the costs where they can and make as much profit as possible. It's the same reason you don't see Nintendo systems go on sale. Like, you can still walk to a store right now and the Wii U is still like $250, $300. Why? Nobody bought that shit before. Ain't nobody gonna buy it now? Like, Microsoft and Sony see that, and they see the future of things and how they can't rely on if you're going to go buy that one piece of hardware. Because these numbers are great. These numbers sound fantastic when they go on sale, and then they put out this, we were scheduled to get 100 million, scheduled to get this many user numbers and all this other shit. It's all great to us as shareholders, but to the regular gamer, it doesn't mean anything because it's irrelevant. And to them, they're seeing it as an overhead cost. It costs me money to make all this shit for you, to send you this shit, to put on the ads. It costs me money for every single thing that I do. It costs me money to make a damn CD, stamp that bitch, and put it in every store so you can go buy it. So, just like at the beginning of this generation, they want to go to an all-digital future. They want that. They want to go to the point where they control their storefront, and everything that they do now becomes easy. Light work. We don't have to pay for the overhead, but we still get all the profit. That's every business's dream. Now, that's not going to happen for a couple generations because people aren't there yet. But the same thing with cell phones. Nobody thought you were going to have a pocket computer 15 years ago. We was out here, people was out here with 2A pages. They was out here chirping. Everybody thought we was going to be chirping forever. It's not a thing anymore. Now, everybody's doing FaceTime videos. Trying to get to the hologram stage. Like, technology moves. And it's moving quicker and quicker now. And the president of Sony sees it. As he stated in the article, he sees that technology is moving on. And in order for them to keep up, they can't rely on a physical piece of hardware. Because even when the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox 2 or whatever the hell dumbass name they come up with, because Xbox can't make up a name to save their damn life, whenever those two things come out, they'll already be generations behind whatever PC hardware is out. And they're going to be out for another 7 years. Because if the rumors are true, then neither one of these systems coming out to 2020, which is about what I said. But Neither one of these systems coming out for 2020. So that's another 7 years you gotta sit through of PS5 and Xbox 2. By 7 years, you know how far behind they'll be again in the power, in the capabilities of other things, of technology, how far behind they'll get dropped, because new PC hardware comes out yearly. New iterations, new technology, ray tracing, all this stuff that they're trying to put in these things comes out all the damn time. So they don't want to be in a situation where they keep getting left behind, because they're competing for the Googles who can offer you virtual 10.7 T-flops, which is bullshit, but it's a buzzword. And if Sony and Microsoft are using it, and now Google's using it, if I believed you, I should believe them, right? And to the casual, they will. And that's where we come into the cycle. You just get into an overall cycle of will they, won't they? How great can we be? Microsoft, Sony, all of a sudden they sleeping in the same damn bed. Who the hell saw that coming? Who saw it? Now, I knew Sony would do all the streaming. I knew they would focus on that, and they would put money into that. But to directly jump into bed with Microsoft, that came out of left field. What they're doing was easy to see. Who they're doing it with, that's a little different. But it comes down to, you gotta ask yourself, can I, as the person who thinks that Sony and Microsoft have my best interests at heart, fucking laughable, can I trust that this gaming streaming feature is not gonna take away from the things that I love, the playing the games on my console? Right now, it's not. In the future, I don't know. All depends on how well Sony and Microsoft do in this field. Right now, they see that their money is coming from these services, software services, from, PlayStation put out the 94 million monthly active users. But that doesn't mean they're gaming. They said that PS Plus is at 36 million, right? So the other 60 million, 59 million, is from things like PlayStation View and their movie app and music streaming and Netflix and Pornhub and all those things that they are the leader in of people doing, because you have to sign on to PlayStation online in order to start those services. You have to sign into online in order to start those services. So that's a monthly active user. Now I remember, this is probably 8 months ago, maybe even more than that, 8-9 months ago, that PlayStation put out this active user number before, right? And I said that number is just a ping to a server. You connect to the server one time, they count you as a monthly active user. And I got argued. I said it's just a ping. I got argued to a T. Nah, that's people gaming. No, it's not. Because on the slide, above all of these things, it has PS View and their music and all that stuff. Because it's just a connection to the server. It has nothing, it's not gaming. That's the number you need to focus on. How many people are gaming? And even then, if I go over to, I go and get on my son's PlayStation, right? And I have to sign in. I count as a monthly active user. Even though I have to sign in just so I can purchase something. That's a ping. That's a me as a monthly active user, and I haven't turned my PlayStation on in months. And that's how these things work. All these numbers are useless. Microsoft uses them all the damn time. These user engagement numbers. That's what monthly active user is. A user engagement number. It's bullshit. But you gobble it up when it's on the side you like. Y'all gotta stop that. Like, PlayStation, they gonna pull the smoke and mirrors. They put out the video where Spider-Man was loaded so quick. Crazy. Crazy how fast Spider-Man loaded. Absolute great. Fantastic. Thank you for catching up to PC gaming 8 years ago. Like, you put an SSD. About damn time. But you still got small amount of storage. So, we'll see how well that works. Or you put an Optane driver. Whatever it may be. Great. Fantastic. And you showed that demonstration. But you showed that demonstration against the trash-ass loading you already had in Spider-Man. You put the most basic of basic hard drives in the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, and you showed the loading against that. Of course it's faster. Of course it's much faster. It better be. You better go into this next generation trying to keep up with PC. Because you got 7 more years of getting past. You got 7 more iterations of getting past. So you need to do that. But don't think I ain't see that shit. Don't think I didn't see all the stuff you did on the back end. Don't think I didn't see that you put a slide on screen about where streaming now has in your services. Like where streaming now becomes part of your tangible beings. What you spend money on. One of those things you're going to have to put guap towards. Don't think I didn't connect the dots when Sean Layden said that we want to start making games slower. We want to give people more time. That means you're going to make less games. And the reason you're going to make less games is because you're spending money on something else. It ain't hard to connect dots when you lay out so many of them. Sony didn't have an E3, right? And the pony narrative is that they don't have an E3, so they pushing out all the information. When you dominate the gaming news before E3 because you didn't have one, that's how Sony operates, you know? Sony's going to do something next. They'll probably announce the Last of Us 2 release date. I 100% expect that to happen right, like day before or the day of Microsoft press conference. I 100% expect them to put out a state of play and announce the Last of Us 2's release date. 1,000%. And that's a fantastic move. But again, the lines are drawn. They're going to start making multiplayer games. All of a sudden, they got this Predator game coming out. They're gonna start doing things with, third-party studios. Now, Jim Ryan said they're gonna organically or through acquisition grow their first party. Yeah, I don't know how much that's actually going to happen. And we'll see. Maybe. PlayStation hasn't needed to open a first-party studio or grow one or any of that in a long time. I don't see that it's going to happen now. Microsoft needed to do it. They still need to do it, which is why they're going to keep spending that money. They got that checkbook open. They're going to keep throwing that bag at whoever wants it. And they're going to keep buying these studios that make good games, and they're, AA independent studios. They're going to keep buying those same type of studios so that they can grab them up and then be like, here, hire who you want. I got a bag now. Because Satya don't care. Satya like, as long as you come back with money, I don't give a damn what you spend it on. If you tell me you give me, $2 billion and I'm going to make you 10, you better come back with that damn 10. I gave you 2. You don't, you're done. Gaming is now a pillar at Microsoft. And hate it, love it, whatever you want. What's good, Snow Bunny? Like, you hate it, love it, whatever. It's all in that same film. Like, it's a fixture now. And that's because it's making money. You don't hear about those days like when 2013 where everybody was talking about, they're going to sell off the Xbox division. They need to sell off the Xbox division. All these people talking about selling off Xbox. You don't hear none of that. And Xbox is getting its ass whooped by PlayStation. But you don't hear that now. Before, when the 360 was on top, you was hearing that. And now that they're getting their ass whooped, you don't hear that because they're making money. So, in order to do that, in order to put games on Game Pass, in order to put out these services that are sustainable income, in order to do that, you gotta have the content. And Microsoft, luckily for them, learned that in order to have this content and be able to control it and keep it to where the things you want to put it on, you got to own it. Last gen, they doing a lot of what Sony is doing. The only difference is that Sony makes sure they own the IP. Microsoft didn't. Now they're like, I own the whole damn studio. I control this 100%. I control all the revenue. I control where it goes, when it goes. I control this completely because I own it. Great. Now you can bolster up and say, I have, 14, 15 studios. So, the rumor mill is they gonna get another 3-4 studios, right? So now you got 15 studios. You need to make some damn games. The studios they bought, they make good games. Whether or not those budgets that they now have translate to better games remains to be seen. And Microsoft has this E3 to show us. They have this E3 to show us why you should invest into anything Xbox related next gen. Cause they still gonna lose. They still gonna get their ass whipped. PlayStation global brand, Xbox isn't. It's that simple. Microsoft itself is hated in 90% of the world because people hate the big company, and Microsoft is that company. Microsoft is on everything. Microsoft is on every computer, every PC you walk to a store and buy. Windows is on it. Microsoft's brand is on the side, and them being that, people just despise it. They feel like Microsoft nickels and dimes them, which they do. Microsoft would rather sell you Office 365 than sell you Office 2019 because it's a sustainable income. They'll add more features to Office 365. It'll get updated more. And that's how Microsoft operates. So this E3, they need to do they need to take a page out of their new Azure partners book and start selling hope. Sony sold you hope. They put out a press release that Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding are 100% PS4 games. That means in the next year and a half, those games will come out. Hope. They gave you hope. If it gets delayed, If it's cross-gen, But they gave you hope. Microsoft needs to do that. They rely too much on being on Twitter, talking about jack shit all goddamn day, and not enough on, hey, these are the things you're going to be playing. These are the things that intrigue you. And it's cool to have the State of Decay 2s and Sea of Trash and the Crackdown 3s, but those should be filler games. They should not be the main course. And right now, those have been Xbox main course. Every single inside Xbox has been so much Sea of Thieves. Like every single one you mentioned Sea of Thieves. Every single one. And I understand. It's your game as a service. People love it. Sadly, for those people. I feel very bad for those people. And they might be terrorists. But people love it. But you got to stop. Talk about something else. If you come on E3 this year and talk about Sea of Thieves or some State of Decay 2 or any of those things, you automatically took an L and Sony ain't even there. So my advice to Microsoft is just like Sony saw the future and ran towards it, I'm going to need y'all to do the same damn thing. If not, y'all might as well just hang it up now. In the next couple generations, y'all going to stop making consoles anyway. So, why even wait? Don't fuck it up. Y'all probably will, though. Xbox 100% going to fuck this up. But, y'all let me know. I'm back. Hopefully these videos stay. I don't know. YouTube don't be liking me. So we'll see how that works out. I'm gonna try to put up some normal videos. We'll see how YouTube feels about them. If not, then I'll just go live every few days. Talk to y'all about whatever I feel like. But that's all I got, man. It's just a little rant. It was me coming back, explaining the future. You know how I get. If y'all like these videos or these type of videos, let me know. If y'all want me to try to put up some more traditional videos, I'll try to do a mix. I'm not giving y'all no damn schedule because, I got stuff to do. But I'm trying to be more consistent. I'll try to do that. Whatever YouTube allows me to do. So I'll probably put up a video, probably explaining who the new CEO of Sony is in the next week or so. I'll give you a week. Again, I'm not making no damn promises. I appreciate y'all for being here, though. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Griggity, Righteous Fish, Cyrus Burke, none of your business. My man Warden, Snow Bunny, Ness. I appreciate all y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all for engaging and listening to my rant. But I'm out. I'm about to eat. This food, this Jack Daniels chicken and shrimp been sitting in front of me for way too damn long. But I love y'all like some play, cousins. Kiss my ass, and I'm out.